Hi, my name is Jackie Adragna, and I am here to answer your questions. Okay. Are there any TV shows you're currently watching? There is a ton of TV shows I am currently watching, have watched, or rewatching. I would say right now I'm really into The Handmaid's Tale. I love that. It was amazing. I'm rewatching The Deuce on HBO. I'm really into old Times Square in the 80s and the peep show booths and everything. And let's see, what else am I watching? I just finished this show Tell Me Lies on Hulu. That was really good. Yeah, I'm watching a lot of TV shows right now. Do you ever find yourself cheering for the villain of a movie? Yeah. Of course, obviously. I would say probably because sometimes you could relate to the villain or the struggles they might be going through. So, I sometimes always feel bad for people. So I don't like to see people get hurt, even though they might be the villain. Also, it depends on the acting of the movie. If the acting is really good. So I find like to play the best villain, you have to find something, you don't think like, oh, I'm a villain, I'm going to be bad. So you try to find like maybe a good quality that the villain has and let that resonate. And sometimes that's what really gets to you when you watch the movie and it makes you, cheer on for the villain a little bit. Are you strong? Do we mean physically or mentally? I would say, yeah, for me, for if you were to look at me and, judge me if I was strong, I would probably say that you would not get it because I'm definitely stronger than you think. I can do 15 pull ups. I do have really good upper body strength. I don't work out a lot, but I don't know, it's just natural to me. Mental strength that I work on all the time, but I really think I'm getting to a good place with that. I'm really yeah, I'm proud of myself in that department. So yeah, I would definitely say I was strong. What do you do when you find a pile of ants outside? I don't usually find a pile of ants outside. If I do, it is hard not to look at them. It's that fascination of seeing, I don't know what it's like, the technical term would be, but just so much at once, you know? So I might stare at them for a little bit if I do come across a pile of ants outside. What is your favorite fairy tale? You know what? I love Grimm's fairy tales. I love that they're not what you expect them to be. They're actually not the stories that we grew up in Disney, so to say. I love the Little Mermaid Grimm's fairy tale. Um, People think that when she did have feet and not a fin during that time, that it was, a good experience, but it actually wasn't in the Grimm's fairy tale. It's actually a very dark and painful place that she goes, and I just find that to be very interesting because when magic comes into play, there's always something that you pay for. So it's always a good lesson to be learned, you know. When you think of a giant, what do you picture in your head? Big, huge, giant, surpassing everybody, looking over a tank, very strong, forceful, intimidating, able to be seen from afar. Do I like a character? I always think like a big robot, like a big transformer when I think giant. Or then I go back to like that old movie, like Honey, We Blew Up the Kid, and I think like that as a giant. Even though it's like it was like a big baby, it was still like frightening. What was the last movie or TV show you watched that had a giant female character? Oh wow, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've watched anything that has a giant female character. I used to have a fascination with this too when I was younger. I used to watch The Borrowers a lot, and it's about these 6-inch people that would live below the floorboards, and I was very fascinated with how sometimes they would make friends with like the humans who were giant to them. I think of that when I think of like a movie, but the last thing I've seen with like a giant female before, I know there is one, and I can't like think of it off the top of my head, but it's definitely not something I've seen recently. I know like maybe in a cartoon that has happened. I want to think like Rugrats or Hey Arnold, or there is definitely like an episode where someone like definitely grows beyond their height. Actually, you know what? I just thought of something. I apologize. Alice in Wonderland. I was her for Halloween, and I watched that recently, and yeah, she gets pretty giant at one point when she's in that house. Yeah, that's something recently I watched. What would you do if you found tiny people in your home stealing your valuables? Oh my God, this is just what I was talking about, the borrowers. Exactly. What would I do? Oh my God. I mean, if they were actual tiny people, which is what it says, I have a lot to give. I have a lot to give. They could stay there. I would probably make it better. They probably would be fed up with my help at a point and be like, "Oh my God, we should have not been seen," you know? But yeah, I would definitely help out. I wouldn't mind them, as long as they don't wake me up in the middle of the night, as long as it doesn't sound like, you know, mice or anything and it's actual little people. Sure, they can come over for dinner. If you found yourself standing 1,000 feet tall in a major city, what would you do? Well, I would definitely get to places faster. So I wouldn't have to like hop on well, I couldn't, but I wouldn't have to hop on the subway and, take like a 20-minute ride from the ferry up until like, 33rd Street. So it would be great. I probably would have to like walk like 3 steps and be there. I would definitely walk around a lot. I would try to see everything in one day. All of Central Park would be awesome. I would love to just sit in Central Park. I would try not to like hurt or crush anybody, but I know it would happen by mistake because, it would be very like what I couldn't like. I don't think tiptoeing is even gonna work if I was like 1,000 feet tall. But yeah, I would definitely just probably explore and just see what it was like to be that height. What would you notice as you walk through the tiny little city? What would I notice? I would probably get paranoid at first because I would definitely feel like I didn't belong. I would notice that everything was much smaller than me, and like where do I fit in, or what exactly is there for me? So I might get like a little paranoid at first. Um, it might. I don't want to say breakdown, but I would definitely notice that I probably don't fit in there and that I might cause more harm than good, even though I don't want to. Um, how would being that big make you feel? Two answers. How would being that big? It would make me, I would feel okay if I was with other people that were big like that with me. Like I would feel fine because we were all big and, I was part of a family or community. So that would be fine. If it was just me alone, I would feel very lonely. And I mean, I don't think that the tiny people would want to make friends with me because I would be really intimidating. But there would probably be a couple anarchists in the group. But it would still get really lonely. Actually, what's coming to mind is probably, but I was like, how would I, have affection or anything if it was just me and everyone was so small? That wouldn't work. Um, I'd rather it the other way around. I'd rather be the tiny person, like being friends with like the bigger person. But yeah. What would you do if the city sent their military after you? Oh my God, I would try to bargain with them or just explain to them that, my motives aren't to hurt anybody or get in the way. I'm just here and living and exploring. Um, but it would be scary. It would be very scary because they probably wouldn't want to hear what I had to say and they would probably try to shoot me down or something. Um, Frightening. I would be frightened. I would be worried. Do you think it would be easy or hard for you to destroy the city and its military? Would it be easy or hard for me? I think both. I think a lot of things would be easy to destroy. A lot. I don't think of myself as all powerful because, again, we're placing myself in a situation I probably have never been before. So, well, I haven't been before. I've never been 1,000 feet tall before. But so some things might be hard because I might not have them figured out. I might get there though. But I think it would be definitely easy to destroy a lot, and some things might come across as hard, but I think I would get through it. I think I would totally crush that. What weapon would you bring with you if you were at war with one of the tiny cities? Well, we don't want to hurt ourselves because I'm thinking flamethrower, but I'm like, what about my feet? Probably something to like smash everybody or like to wipe them out. Weapon. I don't use a lot of weapons, so off the top of my head, I don't know. Gun, no. Arrow and bow and arrow, no. So probably maybe like a huge like club, you know? Smash buildings. I'm thinking they're gonna have planes, so you want to like get something to get the things in the air. That's gonna get annoying. That would probably be more threatening to me than things down below. So yeah, probably something to like hit the planes in the air. Okay, last one. What should you be chosen? Why should you be chosen as the giant woman? Because the world needs a lot more of me. I would love to be in that position. I would love to see myself that big because I'm actually normally a small person. I'm 5'1". I think I have a very big personality. That's unexpected. I would just love to see that perspective played out. And yeah, the world needs much more of me. So I'll stick with that too, as well. Thank you. Bye.